Hello, welcome to online yoga with Robin with Water and Toward the Light. So nice to see you. We're going to do a Vinyasa flow today. That's a little more intermediate to advanced, but let's get started. So just sit in a comfortable cross-legged seated position, anywhere in the center of your mat or the top of your mat, wherever you are today, and just settling into it, calming your breath, closing your eyes, placing your palms gently on your knees. Just taking a minute to settle in here, letting go of anything that may have happened to you today already, and just breathing in to your sense of calm and peacefulness, slowing the breath down, inhaling through the nose, and exhaling through the nose. Taking a few rounds of deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. One more round here. Inhale and exhale. And then gently bringing your palms together at heart center in a prayer position, and just bowing your head slightly, setting an intention for today's class. Maybe you're looking for a little more joy, a little more peace, some calmness or centeredness, or perhaps you want to dedicate your practice to someone or something. Just take a moment to set that intention now. And then we'll begin class with one Om all together, exhaling to prepare, and inhale through the nose. Bowing your head down, releasing those palms to your knees. Slowly opening your eyes, getting ready for today's practice. We're just going to come into, actually we're going to stay in a comfortable seated position. We're just going to start with a couple of neck stretches. So we're going to take our left hand to the side, the right side of our head, and just gently pull it away from your right shoulder, feeling a nice stretch up and down the right side of this neck here. Breathing in and out through your nose. Just starting to feel a little more relaxed. Inhaling, coming back to center, placing that right palm on the left side of your head, and just stretching out that left side of the neck, releasing that left shoulder down. Inhale and exhale. Inhaling, coming back to center, placing both hands on the back of your head, just gently pressing your head down. Gazing down at your mat in front of you or the floor. Inhale and exhale. One more round. Inhaling back to center, placing that left palm on the right side of your head. Just gently pulling that neck, that head down to the left. Then releasing that right shoulder, nice stretch on the right side of that neck. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, placing that right hand on the left side of your head. And just pressing that neck, that head gently down to the right, releasing that left shoulder, feeling a nice stretch on the left side of your neck. Inhaling, coming back to center, placing both hands behind your head and just gently pressing your head down. Feeling a stretch up and down the back of your neck. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. 2 or 3 times, maybe at your own pace, not too fast. Pausing in the center, reversing that circle. Continuing that steady breath in and out through your nose. Pausing in the middle. Inhaling here, your eyes are closed, opening them again. Just taking that left palm over your right knee, your right hand behind your back. Just getting a nice seated spinal twist here. Inhaling as you lengthen, exhaling as you twist a little deeper, looking over that right shoulder. Inhaling as you're coming back to center. Exhale, placing that right palm on that left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale as you twist a little deeper, looking over that left shoulder. Coming back to center, taking that left palm over that right knee, right hand behind your back, twisting, inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, switching sides, placing that right palm on your left knee, left palm behind your back. Inhale and exhale. Coming back to center, and just slowly coming onto all fours into your tabletop position. We're just going to start with a few rounds of cat-cow here. So your hands are right underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips. Fingertips are spread wide apart. We're just going to start with a cat, or sorry, a cow, gazing up at the ceiling. Back is contracted. Exhale. I'm sorry, inhale. And as you exhale, round your back into cow, gazing at your navel, rounding that back, getting a nice stretch up and down that spine. Maybe you rock back and forth to the right and left a little. On your next inhale, rolling through the shoulders, gazing back up at the ceiling, cat-cow position. And exhale, rounding that back. Inhale, cow, gazing up at that ceiling. And exhale, cat. Inhaling up to the ceiling. And exhale, rounding your back into cat. Maybe this time adding a couple of add-ons here. Maybe you sink down towards your heels, feel a little stretch in that lower back. Maybe you kind of walk those hips from side to side, getting a little deeper into each corner of that lower back, the right and left. And then maybe you kind of slide through those arms and those shoulders and come right back up into that cow position. Inhale. Exhale. Let's kind of flow with that cat into like a seated child's pose, and then slide and roll it through like a wave back up into your cow. Inhale. And exhale back. Roll it through. Inhale as you come through those arms and settle into your cow. Exhale, roll it through, sinking down to those hips. And inhale, sliding through those arms and those shoulders, cat-cow position. 2 more on your own. And then pausing here and just kind of shifting that weight over those wrists in a circle, clockwise circles. Where's this counterclockwise? To the left. Pausing in the middle and just reversing those circles, warming up those wrists for the rest of class. Pausing center, and then just taking that right foot back, placing those toes on the mat, and just pushing through that heel, rocking back and forth, getting a nice stretch through the sole of that foot, your ankle, back of that calf. Bring that knee down, bring that left leg back, pressing the ball of that left foot into the mat, and just rocking about hips distance apart. Gazing up at the navel, settling into this, externally rotating those shoulders. Raising those hips a little bit higher, maybe softening those heels down to the mat a little further. You can pedal those knees, those feet up and down, bending those knees softly, warming up the back of those legs, the heels, the soles of those feet. And then slowly settling in, both heels coming down to the mat. We're just going to do a couple of planks, downward dogs into planks. So as we inhale, we're going to gaze up towards our hands and just bring our body so that our shoulders are right over our hands into a plank position. Inhale. And as you exhale, push it back into downward facing dog. Inhale, up into plank. And exhale, press it back to downward facing dog. Just a few on your own breath here. Inhale, keeping that neck nice and long, abs pulled in tight. Exhale, downward facing dog, gazing at your navel, lifting those hips up nice and high. Inhaling, coming forward into that plank. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Staying right here for a few breaths. Pressing all four corners of those palms down into the mat. And then as you gaze up on your next exhale, we're just going to walk those feet up to the top of the mat, letting your head hang heavy, bringing those feet about hips distance apart, grabbing up to one elbow with one hand and just swaying from right to left, feeling a little release in that lower back again here. Maybe keep those knees softly back, maybe your chest is resting on your thighs. Whatever feels good to you, switch up that arm grip. And then pausing in the middle, slowly rolling up one vertebrae at a time, with your head coming up last. We're just going to step our feet together. Start with a half of sun salutations today. So bringing both arms up overhead on your next inhale and arching back just a little bit. And exhale, forward fold all the way down, letting your head hang heavy. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, placing your palms on the mat, bringing your right foot back into a low lunge. Inhale, looking up, back knees resting on the mat. Exhale, bringing that left foot to meet that right foot, mountain pose, feet are together. Exhale, dropping those knees, your chin and chest down to the floor. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, pressing back to mountain pose. Inhale, bringing that right foot up in between your hands, low lunge, back knee is down. Inhale as you gaze up. And exhale, bringing that left foot to meet that right, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising up to stand, little arch of the back. Exhale, Namaste to you. Inhale, rising those hands up, gazing up at those palms, arching back just a little bit. Exhale, forward fold, head hangs heavy, gazing at that navel. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, placing those palms on the mat, stepping that left foot back, bringing that left knee down, gazing up at the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, taking that right foot to meet that left, mountain pose. Inhale, dropping those knees, chin and chest down to the mat as you exhale. Inhale to cobra pose. And exhale, downward facing dog. Mountain pose. Inhale, bringing that left foot up in between those hands, dropping that right knee. Gaze, inhale as you gaze up at the ceiling. And exhale, bringing that right foot to meet that left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising up to stand, bringing those arms up overhead, little back bend. Exhale, prayer position, Namaste. Inhale, bring those arms up overhead one more time, gazing back, little arch. Exhale, forward fold, letting your head hang heavy, bringing both hands down on the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, placing those palms on the mat, stepping that right foot back, dropping that back knee, gazing up at the ceiling as you inhale. Low
left foot to meet that right, mountain pose. Inhale, dropping those knees and chin and chest down to the floor as you exhale, and then inhale, sliding up into your cobra pose. Exhale, mountain pose. Inhale, bringing that right foot up in between your hands, dropping that back knee, low lunge as you inhale and gaze forward. Exhale, bringing that left foot to meet that right, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale, rising up to stand, bringing those arms up overhead. Slight back bend here. Exhale, prayer position. Samasthiti. Inhale, right, bringing those arms up overhead. A little small back bend here. Exhale, forward fold, letting your head hang heavy. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, placing those palms on the mat. Stepping your left foot back, dropping that left knee, gazing up at the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, as you take that right foot back to meet the left, mountain pose. Exhale, dropping those knees, chin and chest down to the floor. Inhale, sliding forward, cobra pose. Exhale, down, mountain pose. Inhale, bringing that left foot up to the top of the mat, dropping that back knee. Inhaling as you gaze up at the ceiling. Exhale, bringing that back foot to meet that front foot. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising up to stand, bringing those arms up overhead, slight back bend. Bringing those arms as you exhale to prayer position, Samasthiti. One more round on both sides. Inhale, rise, raising those arms up overhead, giving yourself a nice little back bend. Exhale, forward fold, letting your head hang heavy. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, placing those hands on the mat, stepping your right foot back, dropping that right knee, inhaling as you gaze up at the ceiling. Exhale, bringing that left foot to meet that right, mountain pose. Exhale, as you drop those knees, chin and chest down to the mat. Inhale, upward cobra pose. Exhale, mountain pose. Inhale, bringing that right foot up in between those hands, dropping that left knee, gazing up at the ceiling. Exhale, bringing that left foot to meet that right, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising up to stand, bringing those arms up overhead, little back bend here. And exhale, prayer position. Inhale, rising up one more time with those hands, little back bend at the top. And exhale, forward fold. Hinging forward the waist, letting your head hang heavy. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, placing those hands flat on the mat, taking your left foot back, this time dropping that left knee, gazing up at the ceiling. Exhale, bringing that right foot to meet that left, mountain pose. As you exhale, bringing those knees down to the mat, chin and chest follow. Inhaling, cobra pose. And exhale, mountain pose. Inhale, bringing that left foot up to meet that right, dropping that back knee. Inhale as you gaze up. And exhale, bringing that back foot to meet the front foot. Rising up to stand, bringing those arms all the way up. Just slight back bend at the top. Exhale, hands in prayer position. Samasthiti. Adding on, we're just going to inhale, gazing up at that ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bring those hands on the mat. Walk or step both feet back this time. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold here for a few breaths. Just taking it all in here, letting that breath settle down a little bit. Keeping those feet about hips distance apart, pressing those all four corners of those palms into the mat, externally rotating those shoulders. And on your next exhale, gazing up at the top of the mat, stepping or jumping both feet through to meet those hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising up to stand. Exhale, Samasthiti. One more time. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, placing those palms on the mat, stepping or jumping back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Staying here for 5 breaths, just be 5, 4, 3, 2, press those heels a little further. Last breath, gazing up toward the top of your hands. On your next inhale, stepping or jumping both feet through. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising to stand, gazing at those hands. Exhale, Samasthiti, Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, sitting back like you're sitting in a chair, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold, letting your head hang heavy. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, placing your hands on the mat, stepping or jumping back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bringing that right foot forward, left foot flat at 45 degrees. Inhale, moving both arms up, warrior A. Exhale, both hands down around that front foot. Bringing that front foot to the back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bringing that left foot forward, right foot out to 45 degrees. Inhale, as you bring both arms up, warrior A. Exhale, bringing both hands down, stepping that left foot back to meet that right, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Again, really focusing on your form here, lifting those hips nice and high. Maybe activating that ujjayi breath, that ocean breath, coming from the back of your throat, a little constricted movement through your throat. Catching your breath here. And on your next exhale, gazing up at the top of the mat, stepping or jumping both feet through. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, Samasthiti. One more round and we'll add on. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold, letting your head hang heavy. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back. Exhale, placing your palms flat on the mat, stepping or jumping back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bringing your right foot forward, left foot out to 45 degrees. Inhale, warrior A. Just be here for 5 breaths. 5, 4, 3, brings in a little deeper in that front knee, 2, and last one, opening up into warrior B. Just turn around to face the camera. Breathing into this as well, 5 breaths here. Maybe adjusting those feet so they're a little bit wider. Your heels are aligned. Shoulders and chest are directly over your hips. Extending those arms, your arms are engaged, gazing over that front middle finger. Pressing through the back side of that, back foot. And as you inhale, hinging forward at the waist, coming into our extended ankle close, resting that front forearm on top of that thigh, bringing that top arm overhead, opening up that chest a little bit more, gazing up at the ceiling, really pushing through the back side of that back foot. Feeling like you're one straight line from the tip of this finger all the way down to this lower waistline. And then as you inhale, rotating those arms, bringing that top arm up overhead. Reverse warrior, feeling this in that front side body now. Gazing up at the ceiling. Taking a few breaths here. And on your next inhale, just straightening that front leg. You're in reverse triangle now. Be here for 5 breaths. Again, really focusing on making this one straight line up and down this body, all the way to the top of those fingers. And on your next exhale, coming back up. Inhale as you slide into your triangle pose. Just bringing that, maybe that hand comes to that ankle, right here down in front of you, stacking those shoulders one on top of the other. You can reach for those toes, or you can grab a block, which I will get right now. You can have a block underneath you, or you can up a little higher if that's more suitable. Lowering down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bringing your left foot forward between your hands. Bringing that right foot out to 45 degrees. Inhaling, warrior A. Settling into this. 5 breaths here. Making sure those hips are square to the front of the room. Shoulders are stacked right over your hips. Reaching through those fingers. Keeping those arms straight. And then your next exhale. Opening those arms up, maybe widening those legs a little bit into your warrior B. I'll turn around again. Really pressing through those arms, engaging those biceps, engaging those forearms. Feeling the front knees extending a little bit more forward, bending a little deeper. Exhaling, and as you inhale, placing that right forearm on that left, that left forearm on that left knee. Bringing that right arm up overhead, extended side angle pose. Again, really focusing on trying to make this one straight line all the way down to your heel. Reaching through those fingertips, gazing up at the ceiling. And on your next inhale, windmilling those arms, bringing that front arm up overhead, gazing up at the ceiling. Now we're in one straight line from our top of our fingertips here, all the way to our lower waist. Left waistline. Breathing through that nose. And on your next inhale, just straightening that front leg, reverse triangle. Now we're really one straight line from our fingers all the way down to our feet. And on your next exhale, just rising up, preparing for triangle. Inhale, hinging forward. Exhale, bringing that hand down, stacking those shoulders. Maybe you use a block, bringing that right underneath you to bring the earth up to you a little bit. If you don't need the block, your hands can be at your ankle, maybe they're at your toes. Maybe you like to just rise up here. I like to feel myself really stretching out, reaching for the earth, reaching for the ceiling or the sky, really extending through that spine. And then on your next exhale, waterfalling those arms down to the mat, coming into your flow. Bringing that left foot back to meet the right, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking 5 breaths here, pressing into those heels, centering your mind, coming back to your breath, externally rotating those shoulders again. Lifting those hips just a little bit higher. And on your next exhale, gazing up at the top of the mat, stepping or jumping both feet through. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale to chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, Samasthiti. Now we're just going to flow through a little bit faster. Inhale, rising up, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold, letting your head hang heavy. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, placing your palms on the mat, stepping or jumping back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bringing that right foot forward, left heel down. Inhaling as you rise up, warrior A. Exhale into warrior B. Inhale as you hinge forward, side angle position, reaching through that top arm. Exhale, reverse warrior, or inhale, reverse warrior. Exhaling here, inhale as you straighten that front leg, reverse triangle. Exhale, preparing for real triangle. Inhale as you hinge forward, exhale, releasing the arm, and inhale as you're gazing out. Taking a few breaths here. And then windmilling those arms down, bringing that front foot to meet the back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bring that left foot forward, right foot out to 45 degrees. Inhaling both arms up, warrior A. Exhale into warrior B. Inhale, extended side angle. Exhale here as you inhale, bringing that top arm up overhead, hinging back at the waist. here. Inhale, straightening that front leg, reverse triangle. Exhale, preparing for triangle. Inhale, hinging forward, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, bringing both hands down to the mat, bringing that front foot to meet the back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Staying here again for a few breaths. Trying to get those heels a little closer to the mat. Again, pressing through those palms, pressing those fingertips down. We're going to flow through that one more time and then add a couple of additions at the end. So in it, and your next exhale, gazing up. Stepping or jumping both feet through. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, samstage feet. Inhale, coming back into that chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, placing those palms on the mat. Stepping or jumping back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bringing that right foot forward, left foot at 45 degrees. Inhaling all the way up, warrior A. Exhale, warrior B. Inhale, extended side angle. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale here. Exhaling, sink a little deeper. And your next inhale, straightening that front leg. Reverse triangle. Exhale, bringing those arms down. Inhale as you come into your full triangle. Holding here, just breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're just going to bring those hands and your head down, gazing at your front foot. We're just going to step that back foot in at least a foot and a half. And it's a little bit closer to you. You're in your pyramid pose. So inhale as you look up, and exhale as you bring your head a little closer to your knee. Maybe you bring those blocks underneath your hands. If you need a little extra support here, or you need to bring the earth a little bit higher to you, that's no problem. Maybe you have a soft bend in your knee. Wherever you're at is just great. Use your props if you have them. And then speaking of props, actually everybody's probably going to use them. We're going to do reverse triangles. So take that left hand on top, cross it over your right foot, bring that left hand on top of your block. This is going to help you have a little more extension here. You're going to inhale as you rise up with that right hand, gazing up to the ceiling, trying to keep that back foot down on the floor, heel included. To do with talking. Breathing in and out through the nose. And just be here for 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Looking back down, moving that block about a full block's distance away from where it was, and then just bending that front knee, coming up into your reverse half moon. Maybe you just gaze at the side of the room. Maybe you gaze down at the floor for now. That's enough. If you'd like, you can try to look to the side, looking to the right, or even full pose, looking up towards your hand. Exhale, bringing those hands together, prayer position, extending that back leg, warrior C. And then inhale, coming back up. Bringing that left knee, hovering right at your waist. We're just going to come into our figure 4 position, crossing that left ankle over that right knee. And we're just going to hinge down like we're sitting into a chair, coming over that leg. Maybe trying to bring those hands down to the mat or to the blocks. And then if you have flying pigeon in your practice, you can take those hands flat on the mat, bending those elbows, wrapping that front foot around that elbow, maybe hinging forward, and lifting that back foot up. Staying there as long as you can, maybe 4 breaths. 3, 2, 1. Bringing those hands back to prayer. And then slowly rising up all together. Bringing that left knee up, and exhale. Shake it out a little bit. We have to get the other side. So let's do a quick vinyasa here. Inhale, up, reaching up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, placing those hands on the mat, walking or stepping back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bringing that left foot forward, right foot back, 45. Inhaling those arms up, warrior A. Exhale, warrior B. Inhale, extended side angle, bringing that top arm up overhead, gazing at that hand. Inhale, reversing that into reverse warrior, bringing that top arm overhead. Exhale here as you inhale, straightening that front leg, reverse triangle. Exhale, bringing those hands down to your sides as you inhale, coming into full triangle. Just be here for 2 more breaths. Reaching up towards the ceiling or the sky. And on your next exhale, bringing those hands down, turning your waist to your hips are square to the mat, stepping that back foot up a whole foot's distance, maybe a foot and a half, gazing at those toes, lifting your head, inhale, and exhale as you bring your nose closer to your knee. Again, maybe you have those blocks here, maybe your leg is slightly bent, and just be here for 4 more. 3, 2, last one, stay low. We're going to keep this block on the outer edge of the left foot. We're going to take that right hand onto that block. Again, you can step forward a little closer if you need a little help, making this a little more accessible. As you inhale, raise that left arm up to the ceiling, gazing to the left side of the room, maybe up at your hand. Still pressing that back heel down into the mat. Reverse triangle. Be here for 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Looking down at the mat. Just walking that block a whole block's distance ahead of where it just was. Bending that front leg so that you can lift that back leg. Use your block for support as you try to gaze towards the left side of the room. Reverse half moon. Be here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing that left hand down slowly on your next exhale. Rising up to stand, rising up, bringing those palms together, keeping that left foot back, warrior 3. Inhale, and as you exhale, bringing this leg forward. Inhale, hovering that right knee right at waist level. We're going to cross that right ankle over that left knee and just hinge forward. Pigeon pose, coming down. Maybe you slowly bring those hands down to the mat or to blocks. If full flying pigeon is in your practice, you place those palms flat on the mat. Wrap that foot around the back of your arm. Soften those elbows. And just slowly lean forward, bringing that weight off the back foot. Flying pigeon. And stay here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently releasing. Slowly coming back up. Bringing those hands to prayer in front of your chest. Inhale as you rise up. Exhale, release that foot. Bring it down to the mat. Shake it out. 1 more vinyasa and then we'll come down to our mats. Inhale, rising up, gazing at those hands. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, placing those palms on the mat, stepping or jumping back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Few breaths here, catching that breath a little bit, pushing through those heels. Maybe walk those hands back a little bit. Checking on your points, looking at your navel, lifting those hips up high. Inhale and exhale, 2 more breaths. And then gazing up at the top of the mat and just jumping all the way through into a seated position. Extending those legs straight out in front of you, Dandasana. Inhale as your arms rise up. Exhale. Hinging forward at the waist, grabbing those big toes with your front two fingers. And exhale to hinge forward at the waist. Taking a few deep breaths here. Your next inhale, rising up. We're just going to lay back flat on our mat. Get a couple of back bends in here. So bring those feet, those heels closer to your seat. So you can touch your heels with your fingertips. We'll start with a bridge pose. So we're just gonna inhale to rise. Bring that seat up off the mat. Inhale. Lifting that seat up as high as you can. If you can go a little deeper, we're just gonna walk those hands underneath your seat and clasp them. And then maybe roll those shoulders underneath your back. Lifting a little higher on your next inhale. And just be here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And your next exhale, slowly releasing those hands and those shoulders, gently rolling that spine down the mat. Now you can continue with this bridge pose if that's where you are in your practice. Otherwise, if you have full will in your practice, you can go to that. Hi.
Hi.
I'm just,
So can I take this break?
yes.
Great.
Alright, we're just going to take those hands up overhead so that those hands, fingertips are facing your heels. Heels are still close to your seat. Elbows are close to your head. You're going to slowly press up with those hands and then push all the way up into your full wheel. Maybe you come up off those heels, straighten those arms. Inhaling and exhaling. 2 more breaths. And on your next exhale, slowly releasing your bridge, coming back down to your head and neck, rolling your spine down the mat, bringing those arms down. 1 more bridge and full wheel. Inhale and exhale here to prepare. Bringing those arms overhead 1 more time, fingertips facing your heels. Pressing through those palms, pushing up into that full wheel. If it's in your practice, trying to keep those arms straight, maybe rocking forward and back a little. Two more breaths. Releasing those heels, softening those elbows, bringing that head down. Releasing that back down the mat. And bringing those hands to your sides. Just windshield wipering those knees from right to left. Maybe walk them out in front of you a little bit. And a little counter stretch here, a little relief for that lower back. And then bringing those knees into your chest. Just giving yourself a little hug here, wrapping those arms around those knees. Just rolling from right to left. Let's come into a happy baby pose. Grabbing the outside of those feet. And then rock right to left. Feeling that nice spinal stretch in that lower back. Kind of like a nice little lower back massage. Now bringing those knees into your chest. And just wrapping your right hand over that left knee. Gently pulling it over towards the side. Looking over your left shoulder. Getting a nice reverse spinal twist here. Taking a few deep breaths in and out. On your next inhale, bringing those knees back into your chest. Rocking them over to the left side. Looking over your right shoulder. Trying to keep that right shoulder square on the mat as you gaze over and just take those deep breaths in and back to center. If there's any last poses you feel like you'd like to throw in before we come into Shavasana, now's the time. I'm going to walk us through legs up the wall into shoulder stand. So we're just going to bring those legs straight up over our hips. If this is where you're at and you're comfortable here today, you can stay right here. If you want to go a little further, we're just going to lift that seat up off the mat. Place our hands right at our lower back and balance those hips, knees, ankles, and toes. Those knees, ankles, and toes right over those hips. Keeping your head straight, gazing up at those toes. And just be here for 4, 3, 2. Last one. Maybe you bring those feet over your head into cloud pose, nice and slow. Maybe those toes touch the ground. If they do, you can release those hands. Maybe clasp them underneath your back. And breathe into this, keeping your head straight, gazing in between your legs. Still breathing. Then bringing those hands back to your back. Actually, just releasing them if you were holding them. Gently rolling down, one vertebrae at a time. Come down into your Shavasana. Extending those legs straight out in front of you. Widening them a little bit more, maybe to max distance apart. Bringing your arms out to your sides. Palms face up. And just releasing everything down to the mat. For your final Shavasana pose. Feeling that little lightness, softening your forehead in between those brows. Releasing that tension in between your eyes. Unclenching your jaw.
Thank you so much for coming to your mat today and sharing your practice with me. May you love fully, live fully, and shine your light brightly upon every